No.
Morning. Back out on the deck again. About 7 o'clock, maybe a little bit later.
What a retired life.
I've been up for a while. Watching a couple of cranes across the road, which got plenty of them running around. We got to pick up some bales today. We baled hay late last night. We didn't get done till like 7, quarter after 7, something like that. We rolled up another 50, what did he say? No, 66 bales, something like that, yesterday. Couldn't get started right away. We had to wait a little bit to the afternoon before it could dry down and we could get started. But we had 66 bales rolled up. I get home, and Sue came home first. She was actually raking hay up for me, so she got done before I did. And I get home, and she's getting the water tank because she's a good farm woman. She likes her cows. And she brings it down, and she goes, "Did you notice?" I said, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "You didn't notice? I noticed right away." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I was tired." And so I noticed that I'm dirty, I'm tired, I need a shower, and I'm hungry. What else am I supposed to notice? Anyway, those silly cows, we've got their pastures. I got 8 pastures, and I got them divided in half, so I got 16. And they were on the front half of one pasture. And she said, "The cows." I said, "Did they move themselves?" Because they've done that before. A little one or whatever will take the fence down. And sure enough, they moved themselves. But they did more than that when they went through it. Whoever went through it, not only did they take the fence down to divide the little pasture, they took the next fence down. So instead of, they're supposed to be in one pasture, but instead of in 2, they're in 4. And I was not happy with them silly cows. I was yelling at them, calling them names. They were staring at me like I was crazy, like there was something wrong with me, because they were happier than a clam. But I got to thinking and mulling it over, and what happened. You get frustrated with the animals, and you want to. Well, some days you just want to put them on a truck and get rid of them. But ultimately, most things that happen are your own fault, and it was my fault. When we were pasturing up on my brother's, I got to put the fence around, and I unhooked the gate, and I have electric all the way around because I put the fence around. When I took the fence back down, I forgot to hook the gate up. And that's the only way the electric gets over there. So the fences were all dead. I had about 1,000 feet of fence that was electric and about 2 miles that wasn't. So the cows, I mean, they, it's like they know. I don't know. I'm convinced that they can feel the electric going through the wire. I don't know if that's true. Maybe they just pick a dumb one out to check it every day. Hey Frank, go put your nose on a fence, see what happens. I don't know, but they know when the electric's off, and there was no juice on those fences, and they went through them. So I'm gonna try getting them in the barnyard this morning. We feed them grain every day. I fed them grain last night, but they were so happy they were totally ignored it. They wanted nothing to do with it. They were running around the pastures. They must have just went through the fences, and it kind of looked like that just before we got home. So they weren't coming down. Hopefully this morning they come down. I'll lock them in the yard, and we'll try to put the fences back up. They won't be happy because they've already been out there. They'll want something new even. So they're going to be mad at me for the next 2-3 days. But that's just the way it is. I tell you, farming is an adventure. It always is. Sometimes those adventures you don't really want to go on, but you don't have a choice. You got cattle, you got to deal with it. You got equipment, you got to deal with it. You got crops, you got to deal with it. It's just the way it is. So, overall, I love it. I obviously do. But there are days, trust me, there are days you just want to throw your arms up and
Hug a cow.
hug a cow. You want to hug them. You want to hug them really tight. That's what you want to do. So, whatever. That's what we're doing this morning. I'm going to finish my coffee. I see they've come down, or at least most of them, I think, are in the barnyard. We'll feed them some grain and lock them in there and go put their fences back up and listen to them complain for the next 3 days, because that's what they're going to do. All right, well, that's my morning.
What a retired life.
Well, does it sound like I'm retired? Is this what most retired people do?
Well,
Yeah, maybe it's what you talk to retired people and they're like, I'm so busy, I don't know how I ever got it done. Maybe it is what most retired people do. I don't know. Anyway, have a good day. I got to get back to the gym. I know last week I said I was going to maybe get back to the gym. I haven't really done it yet consistently, and I got to get back. I'm hoping that when I do go back, I got brains enough not to dive in too hard and too quick, because I know how that goes. Maybe next week now. We'll have something for that. All right. Have a good day, and we will talk to you soon.
Well, here we go with the tractor again. And John.
It's been a rough day or two.
Yeah, it has been a rough day with us. That's another story in itself.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to that. I was gonna just hit the starter button, which I think it probably would go, but Sue said she'd like to watch me crank, so.
What are we talking about? What cranking?
Yeah, well, I should make you do this. That'd make even better video. Wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, I'd sit there and it wouldn't go
How do
over.
you know? Maybe you get it. I haven't touched it at all. So I'll actually be surprised if it goes on the first pull. Because before, remember, I tried and it kind of, but we'll see. No, it's gonna.
Oh,
Well,
third time maybe a charm?
maybe. See, it's got choke it. Oh, you pecker head. Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
There we go. We'll choke the heck out of it. I don't think I'd have to choke it that hard. I'll choke it hard.
Here, I thought he was losing his touch.
Oh, I can't brag so much. You didn't start right away.
Well, you can still brag. You got it started.
Like I said, I've been doing that my whole life. All right, I'm going to go cultivate again. It's actually the fourth time through. I'm going to get through this time, and I'm probably going to get through maybe even 2 more times.
Don't you have to change them later on or no? Don't you change the back to bigger heads or no?
Next time through, I'll put the wider sweeps on. All right, that's good. Cultivator on that clip's kind of a pain.
Oh yeah, getting on this tractor, I had to do this. It's not the funnest way to get on. Look at this. And then it rides really rough. No great suspension. And there he goes. Here we're back at the same tractor.
My dad taught me, well, you always check the oil. And I'll tell you, with this old tractor, especially when I am making it work hard, it does burn a little oil. Probably if I'd rebuild it, it wouldn't be as bad. All right, I'm going to crank it over again today. This time I'm going to choke the hell out of it.
He was a little bit disappointed that he
I
didn't get
was,
it in the
because
first one.
It didn't go.
I'm so proud of him the first time he got one.
Make sure it's out of gear. Choke the hell out of it. This time, see what happens.
His dad'd be so proud of him.
He would. Oh, he'd probably tell me what I'm doing wrong, but he'd be. All right, crush fingers. Ooh. maybe 2. Come on. Come on. You're always going to be smart and say, it's kind of like a woman. Sometimes you got to choke them to get them to do what you want.
You don't get it if you choke them.
It only took 3 times. Alright. I'm going to go home.
Here he's back to cultivating again. He can go faster. I'm not walking with him this time because he'd make me run. He's going a little faster from last time. Corn's a little bit taller. Here he comes back already. Can you hear the tractor going? This is the only thing that he uses that tractor for, to cultivate. Yeah, if you can remember the first time he tried it, like I was walking right next to him. Like now, I'd have to be, I think, running next to him. Some days are gone of me running. I did ask him, he used to run down the corn. I'm like, doesn't that hurt the corn? He says it pops back up. Yeah. It doesn't have power steering, so he's really moving on that steering wheel. There he goes again. He's got like 2 hours out here yet. 2 to 3 hours. 3 to 4 hours, he said. I'll let him be. I'll go do some other stuff, like he just enjoys the morning out here in the field.